The NBA referees announced that they missed a crucial call in the Knicks-Celtics game that could have changed the outcome and maybe made the Knicks win the game. And also, former Knicks GM Scott Perry had something to say on the Donovan Mitchell trade. That was going down a year ago in the conversations between the Knicks and the Utah Jazz back when we all thought the Knicks were going to land Donovan Mitchell last summer. And we're going to break that all down. But first things first, get these subscriber numbers up, guys. 80% of you who are viewing the channel do not subscribe. And we would love it if you guys could just hit that subscribe, hit that video notification button. It helps us out so much. And I mean, how often do you really pay attention to who you're subscribed to on YouTube? I know I have some subscriptions to YouTube on channels I haven't watched in 6-7 years. So just hit that button. It helps us out more than you would know. So please do that. But now let's just talk New York Knicks basketball. First things first, the refs may have lost the Knicks the home opener. As we've seen this before, and we'll see it again, the referees have come out after the game ended and said that they missed a call that could have changed the outcome of a Knicks game. I mean, how many times are we going to hear this? It feels like this always comes out, and it means nothing. All of it means is just the ref saying, hey, by the way, we screwed up, and now you guys get to know it, just so you can be mad once again about a close game loss that could have been changed if we had made good, even calls. But we did not, and this is the world we live in, so sucks to be you guys. Have a good day. Is essentially what the refs just said to the New York Knicks, because apparently there was a foul call on Jalen Brunson that was missed. Brunson got fouled. It was a three-point attempt. It could have changed the outcome of the game. Take a look here. Here's what they had to say. We missed the foot-to-foot contact, which should have resulted in a personal foul and reviewed for a flagrant. Had no foot-to-foot contact existed, this type of secondary and theoretical movement by Brunson would have met the criteria for an unsportsmanlike technical foul for flopping. It is possible to have a foul and a flop on the same play, but the foot-to-foot contact is what causes Brunson's movement, and no flop should have been called. So not only did they call that flopping foul on Jalen Brunson, there was also a foul that was not called. So huge swing in momentum, turn in points, because, I mean, Brunson only shot one free throw when he missed it, but he's better than a 75% free throw shooter, so the odds are he was going to make all three of those free throws. And then that's a completely different game because the Knicks only lost by 4 and the Celtics scored the final 2 baskets of the game. Well, really, the 2 free throws by Peyton Pritchard after they were up 2. And so they wouldn't have had to intentionally foul. Things would have been a lot different, and the New York Knicks could have went away from the home opener 1-0. But no, of course, they got screwed over on calls. And then the refs just decide to kick us while we're down and be like, hey, yeah, whoops, our fault. Sucks to be you guys. This helps you not at all. But now you guys get to know that we were wrong on top of everything else. So you lost because of us. You guys now get to blame it on us successfully. And that's it. Nothing else positive comes out of this. So that is, pretty much what we always see with the New York Knicks. This is nothing new, guys. I mean, we've seen this time and time again where the refs just announce that they screwed up. And it's like, yeah, we know. We watched the game. We saw you screw up. But whatever. I guess that now we know that maybe the Knicks should have won that game in a game where they did not play very well. Which is all in all a good sign that the Knicks stayed close to the Celtics in a game where they did not really perform, or Brunson and Randall both played pretty poorly and could not sink a shot. But RJ Barrett played well, so at least there's that, and the Knicks should hopefully be getting back in the win column soon. This video will air after the Atlanta Hawks New York Knicks game. I am filming this pretty much directly before the game. I'm going to go turn on the game right after this, so I don't know what happened in that game. Hopefully it's good. I'm just going to say that the Knicks beat the Atlanta Hawks last night or whenever this video comes out, because that's what's going to happen. We believe. But next things up, Scott Perry talked about the Donovan Mitchell trade recently. So Scott Perry's just been out talking about stuff. Now that he is no longer a professional NBA GM, he now talks to the media about a bunch of stuff, including his time with the Knicks. He talked about RJ Barrett a little bit and the motivation to draft him. Maybe that'll be a video for another day. But the more important thing that we saw is that Scott Perry talked about Donovan Mitchell and sort of that whole saga, because last summer, around the middle, end of the summer, late July, Donovan Mitchell officially requested a trade from the Utah Jazz. The New York Knicks were one of the teams that he would have preferred to go to. Obviously, Mitchell did not have a no-trade clause, so it did not matter what he wanted. The Jazz could have traded him anywhere they wanted to, and that's what they did. The Jazz traded him to the Cleveland Cavaliers in exchange for multiple first-round picks. I believe 5 picks overall, 3 swaps, 2 unprotected picks, along with Lauri Markkanen, who would end up going on to win Most Improved Player over Jalen Brunson, which I think was incorrect because Brunson led a team to success, but is what it is. I digress. Video for another day. Along with Ochai Agbaji and Colin Sexton. The Jazz played really well for half the year, then blew the team up and did not do so well and fell out of the playoff race entirely. But it is what it is. They're a rebuilding team, and the Cleveland Cavaliers obviously landed Donovan Mitchell instead of the New York Knicks. The Knicks got made fun of it a ton, and, well, then we know what happened after that. The New York Knicks beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 4-1 in the playoffs. So, who knows? Maybe Scott Perry was right, because this is what he had to say, and I don't totally disagree. Former Knicks GM Scott Perry on Donovan Mitchell talks. If the other team wants 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 of your good young talent and all your draft capital, is what's left good enough? If he was a singular force, Utah probably would have been in the conference finals, but he wasn't. That's not a criticism. It's just an evaluation that you must make. Scott Perry's absolutely right. The Jazz never made the conference finals with a Donovan Mitchell team. And whatever was left on the Jazz is probably going to be similar in talents, whatever the Knicks just gave up, whatever Hall surrounded around RJ Quickly, Mitchell Robinson, something like that. RJ Quickly, Grimes, RJ Grimes, Robinson. You get the picture. It was 3 of those 4 guys. I'm 95% sure that when he was saying 2 to 3, 3 to 4 of the good young guys, he was talking specifically about RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes, and Mitchell Robinson. And to give away 3 of those guys, and who 3 of them are starters, and one of them is the 6th man, who's probably the favorite for 6th man of the year right now this year. And around 5, 6 first-round picks, that's what the Jazz are asking for Donovan Mitchell. That would have been a bad trade. We saw what happened when Donovan Mitchell got traded for less to the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Knicks beat them in the playoffs. They beat them easily because the Cavs did not have a bench. And also, they just didn't have shooting or wings. The team was not very complete, but they're banking on Donovan Mitchell being the second best player to Evan Mobley one day, and that's when that team will contend. However, Donovan Mitchell's not thrilled there, and he's probably not going to stick around long enough to see if Evan Mobley can even become a number 1 option, because as we all know, Donovan Mitchell sort of still wants to go to the New York Knicks, and we will probably be reporting on that until he joins the Knicks, which almost certainly is going to end up happening at some point in his NBA career, hopefully sooner rather than later. Hopefully he's not like 38 and just like some old man, hardly like in the NBA still. Because that's what happens with the Knicks. It's when we got Tracy McGrady. When he showed up from his Houston Rockets days, when his back was destroyed, played really well against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and then played like 20 more games with the Knicks before going on to play with the Pistons for like 5 minutes, and then a Spurs run. We know the story. We know how it goes with the Knicks. They always end up with the older stars, what they got with Joakim Noah, New Yorker. So hopefully the Knicks will get Donovan Mitchell before his prime runs out. He's probably entering his prime in the early part of his prime right now. He's been great for a while. But Scott Perry is absolutely right because the Cavs, but also the Utah Jazz never really got that far in the playoffs behind Donovan Mitchell. And I think what the Knicks saw was, okay, we have Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Julius Randle. We might not have Mitchell Robinson. That leaves a starting 5 of Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, Quentin Grimes probably, because Quickly probably would have been in that deal instead. And then you look, Julius Randle, Isaiah Hartenstein, that's a horrible defensive team. It's a very redundant offensive team. I don't think that would have worked. And I actually do think, after looking at how the season went, the Knicks made the absolutely correct move in not trading for Donovan Mitchell. I think that was something that was difficult for the Knicks to not do, knowing the disappointment that would come with it. But they would have been overpaying, and they did not overpay. And that is huge for the team. It is so huge that they did not overpay for him because now his value could potentially go down, or they could potentially sign him in free agency. And that is obviously the much better option. So the Knicks got away with it. Great job by Scott Perry to not do that trade. Also, shout out to Leon Rose because it is his decision at the end of the day and not Scott Perry. So great job by the both of them to not overpay for Donovan Mitchell, despite how awesome Donovan Mitchell is and how much I do root for him, especially when he will be in the orange and blue someday. Because I'm saying it, it's going to happen. As Andre Iguodala said, as Bob Myers said, the Knicks have turned it around. People want to go there now. And Donovan Mitchell's at the forefront of that, right up there with Joel Embiid. Hopefully we'll get both of them. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully. That'd be pretty sick to me, honestly. But that's basically all we got for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I made this video pretty much on the fly. I wanted to get something out for you guys on Saturday when I will not be around to film. But guys, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Well, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Turn on those post notifications. You know you want to see us talk. Even if you don't want to look at my face, you can just flip your phone over, darken your screen. Do whatever you got to do to not have to look me in the eye if you don't want to. That's okay. I understand. But make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Helps us out a ton. Get us in the algorithm. And we are pumping out content because the regular season is here. Let's go. Finally. Thank the heavens, I really needed basketball in my life, and now it is back, and it could not have come at a better time. So, I will catch you. That is all you have for today from me. You know where I'm going with this. Have a great day, and remember, go New York Knicks basketball.